Hey traders, welcome back. So I'm talking about how many pips can I make per day or week or month or year. I'm going to get loads of thumbs down for this video, I know it, but do you know what? It's not about your pips per day, your week, your month, or year. Before you shut down the video, bear with me, because I know you're going to thinking, oh, I've watched this video and I want to know how many pips I can make a day. I will tell you some numbers, but let me tell you this first. It's about the process. Forget about how much you want to make per day. I have made this mistake. I know many traders have made this mistake. You go in for the day saying, I want to make this amount of money. The market will not give you that all the time. Some days the market is going to give you plenty of opportunities where you can make many multiples of that. Some days it's going to give you absolutely zero, and that could be the day, the week, the month, or even the year. I've been through phases in my career where I've had fantastic years and I've thought this is amazing, absolutely brilliant. And I've gone through phases in my career where I've just gone, this year has been awful. I may as well have just not even sat in front of the screen. That's the way it is. But over time, you're hoping that the money you make is more, and you're hoping you're going to make some good money out of it. And it's the same when you look at a year, a day, a week, a month. So really focus on the process, guys, because that will then over time say, hey, you know what, over the year I've made however many pips I've made, that works out to so and so per day. If you want to do it like that, that's fine. But going into the day saying, hey, I want to make this, because the trouble you have with that is that enforces you, if you have a daily goal, it forces you to make a trade that's not there. It's really, really bad for you. If you say, listen, I want to make 20 pips a day, for example, and you go in and you've missed a trade, hasn't quite triggered your strategy, you're going through, you've sat there all day, all through lunch, come into the afternoon, I've not made my 20 pips, oh, okay, I'm going to take a trade now. You're taking it based on the need to make 20 pips as opposed to the market telling you, hello, I was set up and I'm completing the criteria that you have for a strategy, you can take it. That's what you want. You want it to jump out at you and say, listen, this is exactly what I want, I'm in. Not a case of, I want to make this per day. You're going to have days where you will make maybe several hundred pips in a row, several days. The market's volatile, you're very in tune with it, it's swinging up and down, you're grabbing 50 pips out in there like it's sweets, you think you're a genius. It's going to happen to you. It will happen at some point, and you'll make loads of money out of it. And you'll think that's great. I'm really fantastic. And you'll have days where you can't do anything. And obviously on those days, you want to make sure you're not losing several hundred pips. You're not lobbing away 50 pips like they're sweets. So it comes in swings and roundabouts, guys. And if you look at anybody's performance, or whether you look at hedge fund performance, whether you look at individual traders' performance at the top of their game, you will see. A very well-known trader, when the market conditions were right for him, he was making 2.2, I think it was 2.2 million in the year. And then after that, years after that, it just wasn't the same conditions, and he was making maybe 100, 200,000 a year. Obviously, add or take away zero as it pertains to your individual circumstances. Whatever it may be. So how many pips can I make per day, week, month, year is not a question you should be asking. It's a case of I should be sticking to the process. You can make many multiples of pips per day. The right conditions in the right time, if you've got the right setup, the right strategy. For yourself, you get on the end of a trend day, an explosion trend day, and you're lucky enough to get early on it, and the thing just drives up to the upside, and you've got 5 or 6 trades on, they're all correlated. That one's made you 120, that one's made you 110, that one's made you 80, that one's made you 90. Of course, you can make many hundreds of pips, but if you're doing that and the next day you're losing it all, it's irrelevant. It's not a case of how many pips I can make per day, week, month, a year. It's a case of, listen, what's the volatility of the market? What are my setup? What are my strategies? And don't forget, if something's moving 300 pips per day, you can bet that this thing's going to be swinging. So your position size is not going to be the same as something that's moving, 80 pips per day. Because 80 pips per day, it's not going to be swinging as much. So you can have a bigger position size because your stop loss is maybe going to be 10 pips as opposed to your stop loss on the 300 pip per day thing, which is going to have to be something like 30 pips, 40 pips, even 50 pips to allow for the noise. And you have to dial down your risk to suit. So then that question becomes irrelevant of how many pips can I make, because yeah, you made 400 pips in a day. Well done, my friend, but you've only been in the smallest size possible. Whereas someone else has come along and said, you know what, I've taken a nice 25 pips out of the market, but I'm in a pretty decent size. I'm in 100 lots, whatever it may be, and I've made some good money on it. That's the one you want to be looking at, because you're waiting for the setup, you're waiting for the strategy. It's not the case of the pips, it's the case of being aggressive at the right time and managing your risk. So, okay, maybe the title here, how many pips can I make per day? But I see it so often, this question, and you see people giving arbitrary answers saying, yeah, 10 pips a day is easy, 10 pips a day is easy. It may well be, but there'll be days when you'll lose money. And you'll lose 10 pips, you'll lose 20 pips, you'll lose this. And how long will you go? And if you say you guarantee to make 10 pips a day, then you're talking nonsense, because no one can guarantee that per day. You may say, let me just add a caveat to this. And so you may say to yourself, listen, I'm a day trader and my target is 25 pips on my trades, because that's my strategies and setups. These are the ones that I'm using at the moment. I'm expecting to get 3 trades, I'm expecting to lose 1, I'm expecting to make 2, so my net is going to be about 25 pips. So my expectation, if I wanted to say that, is okay, it's 25 pips per day based on the numbers I have. Now that's different as opposed to just going into a day and saying I'm definitely going to make 25 pips. Okay, hope you see the difference, guys. I'm pretty sure that you, if you're watching this channel and this video, get this and understand the concept of, of the process, as opposed to you can make more money just by being right at the right time, being more aggressive at the right time than you can of thinking of how many pips can I make per day, how many pips can I make per week, per month, per year. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so, and let me know your thoughts on this. Bit of a controversial one, this sometimes. I know there's different people saying different things, but it'd be interesting to know what you think about pips you can make per day. Take care, bye bye.